There's an explosion in crab numbers in Whatcom County, but it's no cause for celebration.
In fact, the Lummi Nation is calling it a disaster. That's because these crabs that are turning up are an invasive species. Fox 13's Matthew Smith explains experts tell us it's an all-hands-on-deck situation.
This one still has some bait in it. I think we're gonna have to go down a little further.
That's Bobby Bazell, waist deep in ice-cold water. Today, she, along with two others,
Hey, we have a few in here.
are pulling traps and counting European green crabs. Just in the past year, more than 70,000 have been found here, inside the Lummi Sea Pond. The team is downsized for the winter, but during warmer months, thousands of crabs were being pulled up from this area weekly. Numbers dwindle in the winter, but this year's explosion in population has Lummi Nation sounding the alarm.
We take it very seriously.
Just last month, the Lummi Indian Business Council made a disaster declaration. That's because European green crabs can be relentless. On the East Coast, they've wiped out entire colonies of mussels.
There's a green crab.
Here at the Lummi Sea Pond, clams and oysters are the major point of concern.
In the long run, you know, the thing that's going to impact the most is that a lot of our fishermen do crabbing or clam digging or oyster picking for a living, and so, and you know, the families that are impacted by this, you know, the workforce for that industry for us is 30 to 40% of our whole workforce uses them resources to make a living for their families.
To our north, in Canada, they've been dealing with their own increase in European green crab. It's a rapid move for the species that, frankly, shouldn't be here. It wasn't until the late 80s that the species was detected in California. By the late 90s, they'd made it into Oregon and Washington in small numbers. Nowadays, we're seeing them from Dungeness Spit up to Samish Bay and Drayton Harbor.
It wasn't until like kind of recently that with climate change, like it worsened the conditions, making it actually more habitable for them on the East Coast. And we're kind of seeing a similar thing on the West Coast.
Which would be devastating for Western Washington. This particular crab is also known to eradicate eelgrass, which researchers already been working to restore after decades of decline. So every trap, every crab caught matters.
It's a pretty big threat to the whole of Puget Sound especially, but the trapping, in all honesty, the trapping will not, at this rate, is not going to be the overall problem solver. We're going to have to use other strategies as well.
Hence the Lummi Disaster Declaration. But while this is the spot where the European green crab is thriving now...
Oh wait, there's another one in there.
If not managed...
I almost missed it.
...and tracked by people like Bazell, what comes next could be bad. Not just for here, but for other parts of Puget Sound as well.
All right, crab.
Reporting in Whatcom County.
Meet your doom.
Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.